Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Holy cow, I am back already. Guys, we are keeping the Friday the 13th weekend celebration rolling here with yet another watch party. And really, the plan wasn't to just kind of, do a bunch of watch parties or anything like that. Last night, we had the big marathon of everything, parts 2, 3, and the final chapter, which was really fun to do that. But a whole bunch of really fun different peppering of Friday the 13th focus streams here this week, even just leading up to the big day yesterday. But we are back because you guys are awesome. The super chat goals have been getting fulfilled. At this point, I think I owe you guys, I have to organize all of your garages. I have to give your, dogs baths. And maybe I owe you my firstborn. I'm not sure, but you guys have been amazing. So that's why we're here for a bonus stream smack dab in the middle of the day. One of the reasons why I'm taking care of it right now is because I've got plans later on. After this, I'm going to be driving all the way across town. Gosh, it's like an hour to get across town. It's so crazy. Phoenix is so spread out. If you've never been here, it's wild. You can still basically be in the same county and be on the freeway for like over an hour. It's crazy. Anyways, I'm going to go hang out with the horror show channel, folks. We are shooting like a live podcast in front of an audience at a horror store out here in the Phoenix area. So really looking forward to that. That'll be pretty cool to take part in that. I think it's going to be a whole bunch of us. So I'll let you guys know when that's ready for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, we are going to be checking out Jason X today. We're going to get rolling here pretty quick, guys. No sense in, putting it off or anything like that. Of course, as we get the movie rolling, we'll be able to have a little bit of a conversation about the film. And if you guys have anything else you want to chat about as far as Friday the 13th goes and all that, we can have that chat. So looks like we've got about 10 or so people hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much for jumping on in. I know it's right in the middle of a Saturday. We spent all day talking about and celebrating this yesterday, but yes, we are back again. If you're watching with us live, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, all that kind of good stuff. If you're watching after the fact, thank you so very much. Jump into the comments. Let me know your favorite part of Jason X, or maybe it's just favorite part could be something you think they do really well, or something that just really gives you a kick, makes you laugh or whatever, amuses you. And of course, if you're watching after the fact, maybe think about hyping the stream if you dig this kind of stuff. I am going to get a timer going in the corner up here once we get the movie rolling. And actually, that also reminds me, I am going to drop the link where I'm watching the film. That way, if you guys want to watch along, you can watch along. Now, I recommend if you go to this site, you're going to want to use something like the Brave browser. You're going to want to have like pop-up blockers and all that kind of good stuff, because it's one of those sites. You know what I mean? Watch Jason X here. So there you go. I'm just going to drop that there and in the chat. So there we go. It's pinned in the chat now, so you can find a link to watch along if you don't have your own copy, or if you don't subscribe to one of the many streaming services that may or may not have Jason X, which is technically celebrating its 25th anniversary this November, although that was a foreign release. I believe it was a French release in November of 2001, and then out here in the States, it had its debut in April of 2002. So there we go. I'll be going through all sorts of little factoids and fun stuff as we watch along, but why don't we go ahead and say what's up to you guys and get the movie rolling. All right, we got Shot by Shot. What's happening, Shot? He says, such an overhated movie, but it's so enjoyable. Yeah, admittedly, I have a tough time with this one, but it's very tongue-in-cheek. It's not taking itself too seriously. I've seen it a lot. It's kind of gotten to the point for me where I'm like, do I ever really need to watch this again? But when it comes to stuff like this, really because you guys had met the super chat goal, and then I had asked you in a live audience poll during a stream, which movie was better, Jason X or Jason Goes to Hell? And Jason X won that poll. That was my secret way of finding out which movie I was going to do for this bonus watch party. So it was like, guys, 51 to 49% in the poll. And I think we had over 40 votes, which is pretty all right for a live poll. here on the channel. So a pretty good sampling size. And here we are with Jason X. We got Ghost in the Dark Hills hanging out. What's happening, Ghost? About to watch Undertone. All right. Well, you enjoy the flick, and you can always watch this on replay if you'd like. We got Gene Whitacombe hanging out. What's happening? Gene says he's screwed. Oh yeah, we will get there. That made my list. That was which one is that here? I put that in. I thought I had it in here. Oh yeah, number 7 on my top 13 kills in the franchise. Totally screwed. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We got Paula Fitzhenry in the house. What's happening, Paula? So good to see you. We got Mike's Film Fix, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Mike? Hope you are doing well, sir. We got Steph hanging out as well. What's happening, Steph? Yay, more Jason. That is right. Freddie Fazbear wants to know if I'm going to watch Ready or Not 2. Yeah, I'll go check that out. I have the AMC A-list, Freddie, so, you know, really, I don't see movies that if I'm extra not interested, if I've only heard bad things, very rarely does it not work out, you know, to where I can fit it into my schedule. But there's still a couple. Yeah, I haven't seen Dolly yet. I haven't seen The Bride. I don't know if I'm going to go watch The Bride because I had my worries about it based on the marketing, and it seems like that's the way the movie is. So I don't know if I, you know, really want to I don't know if I want to support that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll go see Ready or Not 2. It looks like it could be better than the first one. So there we go. Mike wants to know if there's any big plans for my 1000th video. Yeah, I'm getting close, aren't I, Mike? Where are we on that? Where the heck am I on? I know it's coming up, especially because I've been just dropping these shorts, dropping short videos on the channel. And yeah, that definitely like adds to that count. Where I don't even know where I'm at as far as videos go. I think I'd have to use the app on my phone. So maybe I will. Yeah, I know I'm maybe like 5 away, something like that. So I don't have any plans as of yet, Mike. But I should do something really cool for my 1000th video. I don't know. What should I do? Name 1,000 movies that I've seen. Mike also says the nitrogen kill is the best scene in the film. Yeah, that's the one that everyone's gonna. The sleeping bag kill is another good one. They do that. They bring that back here. We got Jason from Backtrack Cinema, my partner in crime from yesterday's marathon here. Says, hey, Davey, you're a legend. Have a great stream. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate you. Yeah, this one's only an hour and a half, so it should be a pretty quick stream here. I enjoyed it quite a bit. You know, radio silence doesn't quite hit my sensibilities the way that they do a lot of people. So I enjoy Ready or Not. I think the sequel looks like it's going to be bigger and better. Worst in the franchise. Yeah, it's right around there, man. This one is, I know it's all fun and games with Jason X, but after they left Paramount with Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and then Freddy versus Jason, and even I guess the remake, they're all just kind of one-off episodic, right? They're not really like the Jason Goes to Hell, Freddy versus Jason, and Jason X really like don't have anything to do. They're only loosely tied into the original Paramount line of films. You know, they take what they want from Jason's lore and leave everything else. So they're kind of odd entries in the franchise because they're kind of all standalones, you know, very, very odd. Tia says, first time I saw Jason X was at work, screened on multiple TVs for our cubicle farm. Oh, cool. I think I watched this one maybe a couple years after it came out on DVD, something like that. I can't even really remember the first time I watched it, but I remember it being kind of a big deal because it was the first movie shot on digital film. It wasn't the first movie released on digital film because that was episode 1, but Jason X was in the can before episode 1 was. We got Gina, aka My Chunky Jordy, hanging out, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Gina? So good to see you. Tia is also one of our great channel members. Thank you so much. As is Nanette. Thank you so very much, Nanette, as well. Let's see what else we got here. Guys, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure I'm saying hi to everyone, and then we'll get the movie rolling, and we'll continue the conversation then. Let's see here. We got Country Shape Media says, I always love this one. Plus Jason going to space seems logical, since Jason is basically immortal. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, him flying back down to Earth 2 or whatever it is at the end of the movie totally makes sense within, you know, the scope of him being, you know, completely supernatural. He's got some hardcore Weapon X healing factor. We got Prince hanging out with us as well. What's happening, Prince? Oh my gosh, it's so hot here. It's over 90 degrees here, Prince, in the desert. Thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate you on, yeah, we did hit 2,800. We're less than 200 away from that 3,000 mark. Let's go. Let's friggin' go. Thank you so much for hanging out, G. One of our great channel members right there. We got Destiny Faulkner, one of our amazing Death Squad mods hanging out. Guys, Dez is going to be live tonight. I believe that's 9 p.m. Eastern over on Kill the Credits. Her and Brettman and Keelan, and I believe they're going to be joined by somebody else. My apologies for forgetting your guys' fourth, but they'll be talking about Undertone. Yes, Undertone. I saw it on Thursday. Still stuck in an editing nightmare on my computer trying to get that all figured out, and was just way too busy yesterday to carve out a bunch of time for it. But welcome on in, Dez. And guys, tomorrow Dez is going to be over on Chills and Thrills with Keelan and Brett to watch Evil Dead 2013. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty fun watch party. I'm taking the day off from streaming tomorrow. I am going to jump into that one and hang out because I love the Evil Dead. And Dez, when I'm driving out to your side of town to hang out with the horror show people tonight, I'm going to listen to you guys talk about Undertone. No, I don't do that. Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. Let's see who else we got here. We got Gavin, our guy, Mud Nelson. What's happening, Gav? We got Todd Bound. What's happening, Todd? One of our great channel members. Hope you're doing well. He's pretty meh on the 09 remake after watching it for the first time last night. Yeah, I think there's a lot to enjoy, but it is a very, like, you know, paint by numbers studio kind of film, right? Don't think it's a good movie. Definitely one of the better horror icons goes to space. Yeah, I guess it's more bearable than like Leprechaun in Space is pretty absurd. Yeah. I'll give you my, I was pretty underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed with Undertone. Seemed like an idea that would have made a really cool short film. And yeah, I don't know. They just didn't really, there's like not really a payoff for me. And then like once I was talking about it with Joe from Media Poop Shoot after, and then I just started, as we're talking about it, there's just all sorts of issues that I ended up having with character decisions and stuff not really being set up to make any sort of sense. And, you know, just a whole bunch of things that are peppered in that never end up really getting connected, unfortunately. That's how I felt about Undertone. I really wanted to, you know, enjoy everything about the movie. The experience watching it in the Dolby Cinema was a pretty awesome experience, but I don't think I'll ever watch the movie again. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get things rolling, and I'll jump in and grab your guys' chats and everything once we get the movie hopping. So there you go. We got the little timer up there. I have it stopped at 5 seconds. I'm going to get the movie going, and then at 5 seconds, we will go ahead and start that timer. So yeah, I don't know. Guys, are you going to watch this movie with me? Or are you going to suffer through the whole thing with me? Are we going to try to have some fun with it? I'm going to try to have some fun with it. So I am, you know, dead set on having some fun here with Jason X this time around. We'll see what happens. But yeah, link is pinned in the chat if you guys want to watch along with me, if you don't have access to a physical copy or one of the streaming services that would have it. Yeah, it's not the best. It's definitely not the best. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Des. Like, I'm willing to give kind of any movie a shot, you know, watch it once, whatever. But yeah, I thought Undertone was going to pay off more than it did, unfortunately. Sometimes with horror, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because you do want to pay off to a certain degree, but then you also don't want to do, you know, jump scares and stuff, rushing at the camera, you know, like you don't want to do the basic kind of stuff. So, you know, there's a limited amount of things you can do with horror. And yeah. Undertone did a really good job marketing their movie, but people are gonna, the detractors of A24 are gonna be like, oh, there's another A24 movie that has this like big question mark of a third act / ending. But yeah, ooh, Stigmata. I saw that in the theater, to quote Jamie Hart. Yeah, Gabriel Byrne, I think, is in that one. All right. Well, you enjoy that one, Des. I'm going to jump in and listen to you guys talk later. I'm looking forward to that because it's an hour drive and I need some good material to good listening material. All right, let's go ahead and get this rolling. I'll let you know what's happening at all points in the film there, Tia. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the film going here. Where the heck is it? There it is. Okay. I need to put a pause on the music here. Here we go. All right, gonna cut the music out. There we go. I got my headphone cable just flying all over the place. Holy cow, 19 people kicking it with us right now. Guys, if you're watching along, make sure to hit that like button. We are just about to get rolling here on Jason X. Technically, 2001 was the release date, although us folks out here in Los Estados Unidos, we didn't get to watch it until April of 2002. So here we go, guys. I'm going to count backwards from 5, and we are going to press play. You know what? I'm going to count backwards from 3. We don't need a 5 count. Backwards from 3, press play on play. It's as simple as that. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. Good old classic New Line cinema. When I was a kid, I was so stupid and thought those were ladders, and it's just supposed to be a piece of film with one of the, little side pieces off kilter. And here we go, like right away they're putting the 3D and the digital film on display here, because this intro is pretty ambitious for the time, I would say. This is a pretty epic little hellscape that they've created here for the credits. Or is it supposed to be inside Jason's brain? Is that what we're seeing? Is this inside Jason's brain, or is it hell where Jason has supposedly been? Again, these are episodic, so it's like this one doesn't really follow Jason Goes to Hell. Really, like, I guess Freddy versus Jason is more of the follow-up to Jason Goes to Hell. Oh my gosh, I was watching this Joe Blow video earlier on Jason X. What is with Joe Blow? Like, did they purposely mispronounce like several words in every video just to get like engagement? And then they have like some very weird voiced people on that channel. Okay, so this was inside of, okay. So inside Jason's brain is like a hellish landscape. Okay. For some reason, that one eye of Jason's is totally perfect, but I don't think that Jason ever had like a, regular looking any part of his face, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. And this is really just a show off here, They are just showing off during the credits. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Can't watch as I'm at a friend's house. Discord doesn't work. No reason or no worries. And I can't even show it on Discord. So I can't show it on, if I tried to stream it over to Discord and then watched it myself while streaming a watch party on YouTube, I don't know if, it probably wouldn't be good quality over there on Discord. Country Shape Media, Alexa Doig, who played Rowan. Okay, also played Jake Wheeler's stepmother in season 1 of the Chucky TV series. Huh. I've never seen the Chucky show. Totally out of the loop on that one. I've never seen anything past 3. Hellraiser 3 is the last movie in that franchise. Well, oh no, I did see that 2022 remake. That was fucking terrible. That Hellraiser remake was fucking terrible. I don't know if there are any characters that I like in the slightest in that movie. That was weird. It was weird. Favorite horror movie? That's a really tough one. Beastly Fails. Welcome on in. I think this might be the first time you're kicking it with us. What a cute little pooch you got there. Jason's got kind of like some nappy hair here in that shot there of the back of his head. Favorite horror movie? Man, that's such a tough one. I think like The Thing is one of the best. Like, I think that's an art, you could say that's the greatest horror movie of all time. I really love the original Halloween. I really love, the original Evil Dead film. I That's really tough. Jaws is my favorite movie of all time, so if you count that as a horror, there you go. What do you guys think of Jason's, like, the mask in this one has got, I mean, they changed the mask so much, so I'm not, like, too bent out of shape about that, but I'm not seeing any chevrons, and then it's got this flat part, like, in front of his mouth right there. Um, it's just like a total redesign. Oh, he does have the one chevron there, right there. This, like, kind of futuristic, kind of not futuristic, and it said Crystal Lake facility, I think is what it said. So is this under the lake? That's the idea I get because it's so, like, it's so moist down here in this facility. Okay, let's see what you guys got. Like the director's younger brother playing this role or something. I don't even know if it's, well, you'll find out on my stream, Prince, but I am not the biggest found footage fan. I'll say that. That's for sure. Nice. I've watched like 50 or so movies this year that I haven't seen yet before. And now I'm in the midst of trying to knock out some of the 1986 movies that are celebrating 40 years this year. So I just watched what, like Maximum Overdrive for the very first time and some others. Got David Cronenberg here. Pretty good performance from good old Crones here. You know, Jim Isaacs, as far as like being a director and working with his DP and everything, I think there's some good shots here and some good lighting that they're playing around with. I think this part of the movie looks better than once they get into space and really starts to look like a low budget or like a TV show budget kind of show, like the way that the lighting is and everything. Even these shots here, I think they're a bit too wide. I think all of this stuff in the facility would have looked, all the empty space, I don't think really does much for it other than make it look like a TV show. So, you know, some of these shots, I wish they were a little bit tighter. But this part of the movie, I think, has the better production value look to it. And Jason now is straight up ninja. It's not like stealth and picking his spots. He is like, you could throw him, you know, he's basically like Christian Bale's Batman from Batman Begins. You know, throw him into the prison and he's fighting 20 guys in the mud. Somehow Palpatine returned. Yeah, if you've never seen this one, you will get a kick out of it, Steph. It is completely bonkers. It is like a comic book, you know, pulpy, fan fiction-y. I know Vin wants to do like a Jason X too. Like he wants to do a sequel to this, which I think would be pretty wild to see Vin's take on something, you know, because his Never Hike Alone movies are, you know, more with the grounded side of Jason. There's supernatural elements, but it's, you know, more of the mainline story. It would be interesting to see Vin do something crazy like a sequel to Jason X. Well, that's good to hear. He's all healed up. That is good to hear. And hopefully, I would imagine he's, even if he, when he wasn't able to take the stairs, you could pick him up and all that stuff. Is he small enough? Yeah, Des, I'm curious to know what you think of Stigmata. I remember Gabriel Byrne was in Stigmata, and then he was in End of Days, and I think he plays the devil in End of Days. I don't think he's a bad guy in Stigmata. Both like religious, you know, themed horror movies from right around the same time. I don't think they're too far apart. Maybe a couple years. I saw both of those in the theater. Yeah. I took Spanish in high school, well, middle school and high school, and in college. So, yeah. Hablo un poco de español. And I know technically it's Los Estados Unidos de los Estados Unidos. We're the EEUU to the Spanish speaking world. Hey, no worries. I guess that what I try to do, guys, in these watch parties, I know it can be, without being able to show the movie on the screen and all that, it can be kind of, you know, maybe a little awkward with the empty spaces, but I just try to keep it entertaining throughout. So even if you're not watching the movie, um, you're not getting big gaps where I'm just staring at the screen silent. We got Rowan. This is Rowan, right? So yeah, Jason just got locked in the cryo chamber, and she foolishly stood right outside of the friggin' thing. I don't know how he got his machete through the fucker, but I guess it's Jason Voorhees, so it's super strength. And so she stabbed, and they're both freezing. And this just looks like a post-production desaturation of her skin color there. Simple effect. And then they just add the frost onto her eyebrows. Lickety split. There you go. You are done. Oh, and here we are. Big old time jump. Yeah, this is the one where he's in space. That is the one. Oh, I remember that show. I never saw it, but I remember it being a thing. Yeah. I spend every Friday the 13th defending Friday 5 with my life. You wouldn't have to defend it so much if it had all the, if they worked in the blood and everything. I think people would talk a lot differently about that movie if the kills weren't like all off screen, pretty much. At least the money shots aren't really shown in part 5, unfortunately. Rick says Jason X is terrific. It has clever kills. It's funny. And it has my favorite final girl in the entire series, Lexa Doig. That is a wild name. I guess I never took the time to learn these actors' names because this movie is very far from the top of my list in the franchise. It's not very precious to me or anything, but I agree. Clever kills, check. Funny, check. And yeah, I don't have any issues with Rowan here. She is kind of the fish out of water here, because she knows these characters that are coming in, these, characters that are from the future. They don't even know who the fuck Jason Voorhees is until the professor is told about Jason by like this, niche historian, right? So Rowan's character, she is kind of the fish out of water. She knows the danger, but she doesn't become conscious or aware of the situation until it's too late. She can't even warn him. Yeah, I think Ginny's probably my favorite girl in the franchise. Megan is great from part 6. And it's not like Megan isn't a final girl. She sort of shares that role with Tommy. So I'll lean more towards Ginny. Ginny's a bit more like thoughtful and proactive, and that whole last act of part 2 is amazing. Doesn't Jason look relatively slender, all frozen here? He does look a little slender, I wonder if this is actually a doll or if they just caked Kane Hodder in a bunch of shit and told him to stand still. I hope that they did like a doll or something, or, a mannequin. What's happening, horror? We got M kicking it with us. Hope you are doing well, miss. Ooh, you are hanging out late. It is late UK time. Thank you for kicking it with us, M. Doing well, Adrian. Thanks for hanging out, man. The original is the worst? Really? Ooh, I think I've got it at like number 5 in my ranking. Something like that. I enjoy quite a bit of what the original does, for sure. It doesn't serve very well as a true whodunit or anything, but I do like it quite a bit. I like the vibe and the atmosphere. Yeah, it is still a better mask than that. It's just an interesting look, these movies all picked, like Freddy versus Jason went with like kind of a classic looking mask. It's still a little odd. I don't know. He did. He threw that harpoon like very, very fast all the way down there. Uh-oh, dude's about to get his fucking arm chopped off, bro. These digital effects are pretty like, some of them don't age super well, they're a bit bright. Um, I do love this concept though of just like, "Oh, we can just put the arm back on later, like, no worries." It's pretty wild. I mean, this movie definitely takes some chances, so I'll give it that. I liked this one as a kid, I don't think I've seen it since then. Yeah, I went through, like, I don't know, for whatever reason, I would just, like, put it on whenever I was watching the franchise, so I wasn't really ever skipping it, you know? I've seen it less than the others, though, just because 'cause it's been around not as long, um, or it hasn't been around as long. But, yeah, this one is one where I'm like, "Oh my gosh, here we go." And Jason Goes to Hell kind of as well, I feel that way because the music is pretty rough in Go to Hell. Why is Jason in space? Well, they're about to take him to space, Steph. So at the beginning of the movie, it's like the not too distant future, and they were at a Camp Crystal Lake military facility, and that's where he got frozen. So now and then you could see Earth is like a wasteland. So I think it's been like 1,000 years or over. It's something crazy like that. I wasn't paying attention to the screen at the time. So yeah, now they're taking him up into space. Priest in Stigmata. Okay. Yeah, I remember that one. We got Duder. I can't remember the actor's name, but he plays Tucker in the Dawn of the Dead remake. He was in Land of the Dead as well. He's the co-pilot there, or he was the pilot in that last shot. Yeah, yeah, the hairy knuckles of Tasso. Yeah, because it was a man. It was a man, baby. Yeah. I mean, continuity aside and everything, I like the general vibe of the original Friday the 13th. I mean, parts 1 through 3 have a really similar feel, you know? But yeah, I don't think that, I think Pamela could have been done a lot better, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm happy about the show because I think it'll be a really good, way for them to, give Pamela more character because she is a foundational piece of the franchise and she's very important to like the reason why Jason's doing what he's doing is basically that connection with his mom. So I'm glad they're finally going to put some more attention on that because I'm kind of looking at the Crystal Lake TV show as a brand new launch pad for the franchise moving forward. So I think that they're setting everything up for where the films are going to go and where everything's going to go from here. So hopefully they can make it right with Pamela. And they probably won't have the hairy arm, I don't think, in the TV show. I don't know if you saw the pictures that were released yesterday, but no hairy knuckles in that one picture. Ben misses when everything had an X in it. Seems cooler. I know I've been typing it lately, and instead of writing Jason X, I've been accidentally writing like Jackson, like an X instead of an S. Thanks for reminding everyone. Yeah, guys, hit that like button. Come on, show a little bit of love. How about it? How about it? Yeah, hot Mrs. Voorhees. I am in it to win it. Oh yes, whatever she wants to feel better, I will give it to her. If you know what I mean. We got King Matthew the Third jumping on in to say what's up. Hope you're doing oh, you've got a bad headache. That sucks, man. I always, you know what I do when I have a bad headache? Take 4 ibuprofen and I drink a shitload of water. Or maybe some electrolytes. That could help too. That could help too. Oh, that's your the Kiki Mama is your phone notification. I have sounds turned off on my phone. I can't stand the way that cell phones sound, and I never want to hear them make any noise. So I always, I'm a vibrate kind of guy when it comes to my phone. I can't remember the last time I had the ringer for my cell phone turned on. I cannot remember. Maybe the first day I ever got one, like 20 years ago, or a little bit longer, I suppose. Say, I mean, they really went for it in the with the digital effects here. She's just clipping those undos off, you know. I mean, the effects are pretty ambitious here. But I think a lot of this stuff, the set design and everything, and the way the lighting is, I just think it looks a little cheap to me. It looks like a sci-fi TV show. And you know, even that move there is a little bit of a TV, the walk and talk TV show, ER kind of camera there. I guess in the future, like, you don't need to worry about covering up your tummy. You know, seems like that's kind of the thing here. What do you have? What is the sound? What would the sound be? Man, these are a bunch of horny scientists. Have Davey as my phone notification. Welcome back to the channel. And then just repeats that over and over. Okay, so at one point I did have one for a text that I thought was funny. It was Moss from the IT crowd. And it's the one that Moss has on his own phone within the, you know, the TV show's universe, where it just goes, message for me. I had that for a little bit. Message for me. Also, your background. That is scary. I would not want to open up my phone and see my face. Oh, maybe it's not my face, though. Maybe it's one of those OnlyFans pictures. Yeah. I bet you it was Tommy Jarvis leaving the notes in the NES game. Yeah, they don't really acknowledge Tommy in that game, do they? Oh, goopy eye. Looks like an oyster. Zim. It's not Zim singing the Doom song. Then we get introduced to the liquid nitrogen. Don't put your hand in there too much, girly. Oh, with the little, yeah, with the prism shining on it. Yeah. A baby Deathray. Oh, I did send M. I used Copilot to make a baby version of myself from the Late Night with the Davey, the old thumbnails, like me yelling in the suit. That is a pretty funny picture because it just turned the yelling into like a baby crying face. M, did you notice it kind of gave me British teeth a little bit? Did you notice that in that baby picture? I was like, what are you doing, AI? Why you got to do that to my teeth? I spent a lot of money on my teeth. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I think they've just struggled to do Pamela any justice because they're just squeezing her in this, you know, just fitting her into the story instead of, you know, creating space for her outside of the first movie. He's got a knack for a certain thing, you know? He really does. Yeah, it would be very confusing for Rowan here. She wakes up, she's wearing like a chainmail blanket, which is an odd kind of thing to be wearing. She's totally naked. She has no idea who these people are. 2455. Okay. So it's been 450 years-ish. Okay. Is she going to be safe? Is she going to be safe, Duder? I just don't. This guy is so Weasley, this professor. And I know he's supposed to be Weasley, so good job on the casting. You guys didn't happen to bring in that Jason guy, did you? I mean, they really didn't do her any favors. They should have just left her there. She was napping. She was probably fine, you know. I know, it's a terrible thing to say. I'm sorry. We do all have wooden teeth, though, so I can't be too offended. There are plenty of Americans with bad teeth. Absolutely. Yeah. Just, I guess, I don't know. I maybe it's this, and maybe it's the fact that like every actor like ends up cleaning up their stuff if they're from, if they're from the States. This guy cracks me up. This like lazy dude laying in bed getting the phone call from the professor. He's like part. He's kind of like Uncle Lewis from Christmas Vacation, right? And he's also got a little bit of a John Malkovich vibe going as well. It's kind of like he doesn't have any teeth the way that he's talking here. I know we're talking a lot about teeth on this stream. Well, what about this thing you got here? Voorhees. That isn't Jason Voorhees, is it? Like he's just got this very like affected way of talking. He's like sleeping in one of those bunks from like in Aliens when they're headed to the planet or whatever, and Ripley's got her little room. That's what I imagine. This guy's in a room like that. It's a very bizarre performance here. Voorhees. Jason Voorhees. Well, she was frozen, But yeah, she wasn't frozen in a cryo chamber. It's like a miracle that they were able to, bring her back. You'd think that she would just die not being in the chamber. I don't think so. He doesn't sound like it. He's got a very silly way of talking, though. Hey, Jason Voorhees. I'm just going to keep on doing it. This guy, I figured it out. The professor is like sleazy. He's like William Shatner's like nephew, sleazy nephew. That's what I'm rolling with. I'm just going to compare everybody to somebody else. Yikes. Dude is into some interesting stuff. He drank so much tea that his teeth just fell out. I think that's what happened, Em. I think that's what happened. Just unsupervised. No one else is interested in this. Like, no one wants to be around for this at all. She doesn't have to wear like a mask or anything. I don't know. I might want a mask if I were dealing with a rotted dead corpse of, somebody who was thawing out from 450 years of cryo freeze. Yeah. The face only a mother could love, Skittles hockey mask. Oh, God. It just looks painful. But I have very sensitive nippies. So this just seems very, can only take so much until it goes from pleasure to pain. Yeah. 3 cubes. That's just too much, I like honey when I do tea, and I do, I eyeball it, but I, squeeze it. By the time it's like the size of like a nickel or something. So just a nice little squeeze of honey. And some English breakfast tea. That's my favorite. That is with the tiniest splash of milk, like literally just like do it. That's like all I need, just a little do it. Don't you dare say that about baby Deathray. His face is wonderful. No, baby Deathray's all right. Baby Deathray's okay. What's happening, Neil? Welcome on in. Thank you so much for kicking it with us, man. You're hanging out with the Death Squad. We are watching Jason X. Of course, I can't show it on the screen or anything like that, but I do have a timer going right there and a link pinned in the chat if you want to watch along. And we got the odd, Android nudity, Android tits going on here, which oddly enough was my nickname in college, Android tits. Not to mention the pus and mucus buildup since you know he doesn't take off that hockey mask. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Imagine what the mask smells like. Let's just think about that for a second. Guys, I do want to let you know I've got a poll in the chat there. I would imagine most of you guys, maybe you have answered the poll. 27 votes. All right. Is Jason X the worst movie in the Friday the 13th franchise? Let's see what we got here. Right now, 44% of you are saying, what? This one is a total blast. 33% of you are saying, absolutely, this thing is weird. And 22% of you are saying, no, Jason Goes to Hell is worse. Fair enough. Fair enough. Seems like everybody has a much better take on this, or a more friendly take on this than I do. So, okay, is Jason like officially woken up by the hanky panky? You know, there's like the nipple tweaking, and now that other couple is like getting it on. So, is this really, if everyone was asexual on this ship, would Jason stay dead? Let me know in the chat, guys. If you're watching after the fact, let me know in the comments. Michael Myers, sit up. I wonder if they sped that up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. Kane looks really big in this one, and he's not the biggest dude. I think, you know, the mask is like a little bit smaller, but he looks bigger here than he does in the other, you know, maybe not all of the performances, but in this movie, they shot him really well. Ooh, here we go, guys. Liquid nitrogen kill. I love this moment here. The frozen face pulled out and the don't give a fuck head smash. And then throwing her down like a rag doll after. Yes, there's a reason why that is, you know, what did I say yesterday? The liquid nitrogen head smash and the sleeping bag thwap or thwap. Those are like 1A and 1B, you know. They're so beloved in the franchise. It's the first thing people like. If you did word association and you said Jason X, people would be like head smash, nitrogen, liquid nitrogen. Oh, and I do want to let you guys know I started a super chat goal. Really, no big deal. I just feel like I need to start one every time I go live. It doesn't hurt. But you guys were amazing yesterday. I think we fulfilled 3 different super chat goals during the marathon. So you guys have been so awesome lately. Thank you so much. The attendance during the live streams has been incredible. We've been seeing new people come in and join the, subscribe to the channel and everything, which is awesome. We've had a nice uptick in memberships, which has been really cool. And you guys have been killing it with the super chats. So thank you so much. Crystal Lake Research. Jason X is my guilty pleasure, says Neil. Well, there you go. We are celebrating this one today. Yeah, she's a robot, Steph, so he's just trying out some nippies for her. Have a lovely, lovely sleep there, Em. You've enjoyed listening to my lullaby of a voice. Well, I hope you have sweet, sweet dreams, and we'll see you next time around. Guys, Em and we're cooking a little something up in the background, so we'll be collaborating again sometime in the near future. And here we go. We have Rowan, laying out the whole thing here, and this guy's just acting oblivious, even though he knows that he's guilty of fucking around with Jason Voorhees. He should fess up here. My line, the name in college when I went through the process for my fraternity was combat. Oh, right. All right. So when you're pledging, they give you a nickname just during the pledge process. Interesting. I never did anything like that. So I'm totally oblivious. I had a buddy who was in a fraternity, but like our band played his parties and stuff, but I didn't learn about the ins and outs. They were very secretive about their handshakes and all that kind of stuff. But welcome on in, Nightmare Files. Coincidental. It's not the doing it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing he's waking up no matter what. It's kinda cool that they timed it that way in the editing and the way they laid it all out. Would like to have seen his face more. Yeah, they probably could have shown it a little bit more, but by this time, like, we've seen it a handful of times, and it's, like, different every single time we see it. I don't know, what about, like, I wonder what Uber Jason's face looks like because we don't see Uber Jason's face, do we? After he gets fixed up? I don't think so. Got our names after the process. Our name was based on how we were during okay, based on your behavior and all that. Yeah, it was pretty awesome going out and playing, fraternity party. Cool thing about that is you get paid. Like, you could play a bunch of house shows and maybe you make a little bit of money here and there from donation, but you play a fraternity party and they actually, like, hire you and pay you for real. It's, pretty awesome. Mm-mm. Yeah, Jason was just waiting there. Nice little blood spurt. How did he know? How did Jason know out of all the doors and all the corridors here in this ship that that was gonna be the one? Um, I would hate it. Yeah. Hellraiser, Pinhead's done it, Leprechaun's done it, Jason's done it. I think that's good. I don't think we need any others. Like, you could do Freddy because Freddy is like, can be anywhere. You don't have to get Freddy into space, you just need people dreaming about Freddy while they're in space. I would not like it if Michael did it though. I was told my profile picture looks like I'm a frat guy. Well, so I guess everyone's got their, kind of stereotypical images or what that means. I don't know. To me, it looks like you're wearing a backwards hat and a t-shirt. Like, yeah, I mean, that could be like any guy. Prefer Jason's face in Jason Lives. It was more believable. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it very much reminds me of, like, The Mummy, the way he looks in Jason Lives. Now, is this Todd Farmer right here? I think this is him. I think this is the writer of the film, and I think I don't think, I know that he wrote the script for the remake of My Bloody Valentine as well. We got Ages of Film jumping on in, says, "What's up, man? Smash that like button. Don't have time to watch along, but still want to drop in, say what's up, and show some love." Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and thanks for kicking it with us last night during the marathon or marathon. It was a marathon during the marathon, but a marathon as well. It was a Jason and Davey marathon. I bet Elon Musk's colony on Mars will have an Elm Street. It's a first order of business. If we colonize a planet, get an Elm Street there immediatamente. This whole thing is really weird. Like, so Jason isn't wearing a VR mask. How is Jason seeing the video game projections? Right? I mean, it's a holodeck. I get it. But then why do they wait? Yeah, they have headsets on. So why do they have to have VR? Oh no, they don't have to have VR. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. It's strange. It's like if you do a holodeck, then why wouldn't you just walk around, play the game walking around? But whatever. Azrael. Yeah. Oh, broke his back like Bane with Batman. And then that's a nice little, like, stylish toss there. I like that. Oh, head smash. Only takes two. It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Yeah, I don't ever want to see that. I'll know they're truly out of ideas at that point. What's happening, Brad? Hope you are doing well, man. Thanks so much for joining us. Two edibles and Jason X, never a bad combination. Yeah, I don't know if I probably have watched this one on edibles, but definitely Stony, because, you know, I'm a fan of the cannabis, a fanabis of the cannabis. Case and point. Ooh, the BFG bringing in that Doom correlation. Isn't this guy here? He's in Resident Evil. Is he in Resident Evil as well? Let's see. They're on the hunt. Jason's going to rack up some kills here, man. He is going to rack them up. See what they got to do if they're going to put Jason back in space. You just turn it into like a Metroid kind of thing, right? You put Samus Aran out there. Let her get involved. And there you go. Peter Menza. Sergeant Brodsky. Brodsky. What's up, Brodsky? 300. He's the messenger in 300 that gets kicked in. Okay. There we go. There we friggin' go. Sarah Connor Chronicles. No, he is not. Oh, he was in Bruiser. I saw Bruiser. Little George Romero movie. Yeah, I guess he's not the guy in Resident Evil. Admittedly, that first movie, have I even seen it twice? I don't even know. Not a fan of that first Resident Evil movie. Really, it's about the second and the third one for me. Oh, this one did have some sequel comics. Yeah, it seems very comic booky for sure. Two of which where there are two Jasons, original Jason and Uber Jason. Ah, gotcha. So they did the two different versions got to fight each other. It's got a good style to it, huh, Rick? It's a little bit of a flair, you know, good choreography. I just proved why I'm the king. How am I the king? What the heck did I do? Oh, just fanabis of the cannabis. This guy's got some sort of piratey thing going on with his whole outfit. A little bit of a biker, you know. How does that look? You know, Earth has been a desert planet for however long. We're 450 years down the road, but he's still got his like leather vest like he's a biker. Like, would that look still exist? It's a good question. I'm just going to say it's a good question. My question's a good question. Whoa, take it easy on the botanicals, guys. Come on. Like, terrible aim. Why are they shooting everything else? What is with the, yeah, I mean, Jason was standing right there. It's too funny. Yeah, he's awesome here. I don't know why I thought that was him. Now I need to look up the actor who that I'm thinking from Resident Evil. Let's see here. You wrecked my stuff. You're welcome, piratey biker guy. All right. James Butler, I think, is the guy from Resident Evil. He looks totally different. Samsonite. I was way off. Oh, yeah, this is an iced tea brand. It's a peach iced tea. It's Dime, but it's iced tea. The actor and rapper put his name on it. Jason has always been equated with brute force, but it's nice to see in this movie him reprising his ninja stealth skills. Yeah, I mean the brute force has been there, but even in part 4, he's just picking his spots, and we get that here with this kill. You know, the cracking of the neck. But I mean, man, that first scene when he takes out all those guys in the military facility, it's pretty corny, but whatever. I mean, you got to do something with Jason at some point. Oh yeah, you're not getting any camp stuff here. Yeah. I don't think we see any camp. There's one shot at the very end that's from a lake, but we don't get any camp stuff. Oh, there you go. Yeah, ninja kick the damn rabbit. Dude just gets pwned. Screwed. And there it is. That was my number 7 on my top 13 kills in the franchise. It's pretty awesome. Michael Myers head tilt. All the stuff people love about Jason is just taken right from Michael Myers. Hashtag Michael is king. Smoking forest banger and strawberry banana. We have strange names over here and not legal. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, the names just keep on, getting more and more wild as the strains get created. Yes, I'm cracking my knuckles. Deal with it, Missy. Why do they have just like giant screws facing up in the ship? Like, what is... And Duder knows what it means. Like Brodsky knows what that means. Like, oh yeah, he got knocked on one of those 2 giant screws we have in that room, like facing up. For some reason, one of my guys fell on one of those. Fuck. Yeah, I noticed that in the trailer, and I think that'll be good for the movie, because I thought the first movie was very boring. So they need more stuff going on in the sequel. What's happening, Gory Tiger? Hope you're doing well. We're just watching Jason X. We are about halfway through. We just passed the halfway mark, guys. About 47 minutes in. Yeah, Uber Jason looks pretty silly. I don't mind the way he looks for most of the movie. I have no issue with the look. There are looks that I prefer, but I'm not gonna get all up in arms about it. But yeah, Uber Jason looks, again, it just looks kind of slick and cheap in a way. It's like a cool concept to describe to people, but then once you see it, it's just, it's fine. Yeah. He's sitting top of that mountain, the mountain of slashers. He is the king. I think those are actually giant drill bits. Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. For doing construction in space, if they do that kind of thing. Yeah. It is a very odd, they're very sharp, and they're just fall over this railing and you're toast, That's pretty cute of Jason to I'm going to reflect the light in this guy's face so he notices me. Jason's got a lot of holes in his clothes now. Oh, this is stupid. Just get away from him. Get away. Back off. Oh, cocky much. Oh, he just did the thing. He did another Michael Myers thing he just did. Kind of. I guess no, Michael Myers just hoists himself down. Ugh. Have Uber Jason look more like a gritty cyborg zombie. Yeah, he looked like Lord Zed. You're right. The like the piping kind of look of the mask. Yeah, kind of cheesy. It is a I don't know. I get why they did it so they could have something totally wild. But yeah, it could have looked way cooler. Goo, dude. I love that he says that and gets another one. I love that he talks shit to JC. He's like, nah, that ain't gonna be enough. Ooh, there you go. And I don't think that's the last we see of Brodsky or Brodsky, however you say it. Okay, Professor William Shatner's nephew. 35 votes. Oh, 36 votes in the poll. All right. Could probably close that one out. I'll wait for one more vote because we have a tie for second place. So I'll wait for one more vote. We'll close that out. Yeah, a little bit. Different kind of the DP. Yeah. You guys recognize this dude, the guy that created KM? I recognize him from an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think it's one of like I can't is he like a ghost that's like living in a picture or something like that? I can't it was something. I'd have to look it up. All of those shows, like they, I used to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark when I was a kid, but it's been so long. Maybe I've seen a couple of them within the last 10 years. I would love to revisit that whole show though. Because I remember a handful of those episodes being pretty damn good. Mm. Yeah, it just looks a little TV show quality. Our problem is we've got a Jason Voorhees on board. And they are so Todd Farmer said that like 20,000 people die when this space station goes up. Oh, nice. Thanks for jumping on in, Fantastic Oracle. Just watch Jason X and I'm on to Jason Goes to Hell. There you go. Well, I hope you enjoy. I think there's a lot of fun to be had in that movie, other than the music. Oh, very cool. Paramount. Yeah, I figured. Figured they should all be there. So just fucking up this dome makes the whole place blow up? Is that oh, no, they do go through an entire building, okay. The ship is fine, though. The ship is fine, the building isn't. You'd think there'd be, like, I guess the ship is a little fucked up, yeah. Oh, episodes of, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, I figured because Paramount Plus has, like, the Nickelodeon stuff on there, right? I think. And there you go. Bye-bye 20,000 people, according to Todd Farmer. So Jason's got a pretty high body count, if you can blame him for that, which I guess you could. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit, we just nuked him. We just nuked him. Yeah, I could probably I know I could find the episodes, Mr. Like It or Not. Thanks for jumping in and hanging out, by the way. But yeah, makes sense that they'd be on Paramount. What's happening, Raggedy Man? Welcome on in, one of our great channel members. Thanks so much for kicking it. We are about 54 minutes into Jason X. How about it? I'll give the movie this too. Like, Jason has killed quite a few characters, and we still have like half a dozen left. So that's pretty rad. Like, there's plenty more carnage to be had in the last 35 minutes of the movie here, which is great. That's great. He really shut these fuckers up. Oh my gosh. We have yet another tie with 38 votes in the poll. I guess I'm just gonna have to close it, but we'll let it hang out for another minute. Davey, where do you rank Rowan as a final girl? Got her in my top 5 favorite final girls in the franchise. I'd have to think about that. I've never thought about how I would rank the final girls, really. I love Ginny and I love Megan. Those are like the two that always come to mind. Tina's pretty cool. I really liked The New Blood when I was a kid. When I saw those movies on TV, I really liked that one. Loved the look of Jason. I was into the X-Men, so I love, Tina's like Jean Grey a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. I think she's like, considering how I feel about the movie as a whole, I think she's pretty good. She's pretty capable here. I mean, she's like the only one that knows what's what out of all these people, so that gives her an advantage. But yeah, I don't know where I'd rank her. I mean, I would. He's definitely a final guy. I'd say that he and Megan are share that, kind of share that role in Jason Lives. But yeah, I think you could consider him a final guy. He's in 3 of the movies. He never gets killed by Jason. So Jason's like rusty outfit. Which movie has my favorite Jason? Whether that means you think he looks the most badass, or you just like the movements. Yeah, I think Ted White has probably got it. You know, um, but the Jason from The New Blood is such a cool look too. That's a tough one. Um, I really like the Ted White approach because it still is like a person that's like living more or less. He's not totally zombie, but man, there's so much eye candy for Jason. With Jason in The New Blood, because you get that, the backbone, even the shoulders, and you can see the ribs and everything. John Carl Buechler did a really good job of sort of recreating the damage and where his body may have been at after the previous 3 movies that Jason was in as an adult. Um, so yeah, I guess The New Blood, coolest looking Jason in, unfortunately, one of the weakest movies in the franchise. Thank you, MPAA. And thank you, Paramount, for not saving the negatives. We're going to see if I can find the middle part of my shirt. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Dead people are going to be everywhere, guys. So let's just get used to it. Everyone grab a gun. Point and click, right? Yeah, Rowan's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. It's too bad everyone else is like very inept in this movie. Even the SWAT team, they're not like that great at doing their job, you know. Pretty much just the one guy. Shit security. I like KM though. I really do like her. I dig her. I dig KM, and I like this guy. That's her creator and kind of boyfriend. Yeah, I know. It's a weird word to use, but Yeah, as a kid, like, I was just thought it was so cool to see the body damage Jason. He really is a water monster in the New Blood. He's like full water monster. More screws right there. Or is that just the same room? Yeah, so these drill bit heads are just willy-nilly, not even behind a closed door, man. Come on, people. Mm-hmm. I did not know that. No, I don't know. I'm not sure I know who Lisa Ryder is. I remember hearing about the show Andromeda, but I've never watched it before. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Lexa in anything else that I know of, that I can remember. She's beautiful though, and she's good for what the movie gives her. She's got like a tough kind of thing going on in her nightclub outfit. It's true. Yeah. I mean, and in this movie, really they're just there for the cannon fodder, for the extra kills. Jason has killed, as far as the slasher villains go, he's killed more than anyone. And this movie very much helps in that department. Even outside of the presumed 20,000 at the little space station. Well, yeah, the cops, are they really like, I don't think they're necessarily bad in Jason Goes to Hell, but they get possessed. The one guy gets possessed, so that kind of fucks everything up. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Um, I think I must have seen Lisa Ryder in something else as well, because I recognized her when I saw this movie. But she's really good in this. I will always love Kane Hodder as Jason, but design-wise, my favorite is the towering behemoth from Freddy versus Jason. Oh, you're a Ken Kersinger kind of guy or gal. Um, yeah, I think he's a little too big in Freddy versus Jason. He's got that homeless kind of outfit thing going on. He is a behemoth, though. I think Derek Mears is a really good-looking Jason too. But yeah, unfortunately, Kane is like the coolest looking Jason in a few of his movies. He's got a cool look. He is in the worst movies in the franchise, though. Let's just be honest. Like, none of his movies that he's in are, I don't know, top 5. I know a lot of people really do have love for The New Blood, but it is so neutered from gore, it just doesn't quite meet the moment as a result of that. Richard Brooker and Derek Mears are Rick's favorites. Yeah. Brooker looks like a total beast in part 3, man. Those traps, that neck. A little bit of a hunchback action. Brodsky, okay. I'm calling him Brodsky. Bradsky. These people really shouldn't be left alone when Jason's walking around. Like, you got never hike alone, and they also should never space travel alone. They need to have a buddy system here. No watching your own back. And now he's gone. You guys. Why does he laugh? He laughs at the severed head and then realizes he's fucked. Come on, y'all. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, well, and you have the SWAT team at the beginning. Yeah, I think that must be what you're referencing. Yeah, it's true. Well, because they want to see the victory come from like our final girl or final guy, you know? Kinza, come on, be cool. Oh, this chick. Oh my gosh. Dude, people like this in slasher movies. She can't cope. She's like, "No, I'm just gonna fucking like blow up this little escape pod." Oh no. Trying to fly away with the fuel line still hooked up. And there she goes. Immediate death. Way to go, Kinsa. Thank you for ruining everything for everyone and ending your own life. Audible sigh. I like Brooker's Jason Dash's Jason. Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike any of them really. I really like Ted White, CJ Graham, and I think the Jason from the New Blood is pretty dope. Guys, we are yeah, it's like a TV show, isn't it, Steph? Yeah. I'm gonna pretend this never happened. Well, hey, we're just about to get to Uber Jason, so maybe this isn't the time to give up. Gave her an upload. I get yeah, upgrade, uploaded and upgrade. Gotta love the shutdown, the fake shutdown. Yeah, we're just about to get to Uber Jason. Like the rest of the movie is, yeah, I don't know, probably the most entertaining part of the movie. But yeah, this movie it is like a side story, Jason Gaiden, as they would say. No, that would be wild though. You're thinking the redheaded chick from Sex and the City? No, it isn't. That would be wild. Man, she is just ripping him to shreds here. Endless bullets, something like that. And got these first person shots. That's my Foley effects. She just happens to like kick him down this hallway that leads him right to the friggin' right to the room where he can be put back together by the nanobots. It's absurd. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that too, man. I am looking forward to that too. After when this whole thing is done, he sure is gonna upload something juicy. Friggin' KM's like gangster sneer. She's like got her getting crunk sneer on. Could have started out with the gun that just blows limbs off, but then you let him lay on the table with the nanobots. It's too bad. It's too bad. Oh, there you go. Blow out some of his guts. Don't forget to blow out his, blow off part of his head. And then he's basically wow. So most of his head's gone. I like that the nanobots kind of do like an AI thing, like they work in the mask with his whole deal. KM's ready for the Matrix, Yeah, it's brutal. It is brutal. Oh, now they're just doing that in public. All right. Dude, you got ran through twice. How are you still alive? I did not know that. I've never heard of that movie before. It's a hilarious performance there. Shake the camera and the actress goes, Mm-mm. Acting is a little weak there by what's her face? All right. Rescue ship on its way. Oh my goodness. 45 minutes? You're going to have to step on it. Copy. We're going to be turning around then. Yeah. I think you might be right. Yeah, I liked the first couple Hatchet movies. I haven't seen any of the others, so I've just seen the first two. I think there's 4, something like that. Yeah, I mean, he was also Freddy's hand in Jason Goes to Hell, and then he was he played Leatherface in the trailer for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. So he's been able to play like some, 3 pretty big icons in a sense. Can't you go a little bit faster and get here like 5 minutes quicker? Come on, Tiamat. Work with us. Oh, and of course they don't know that this is happening or about to happen. The machine just turns itself on. This is classic. This is classic here. This is exactly how Darth Vader got put in his suit, or so I've heard. It's just a nanobot computer. Oh, he did the stunts in the film too? Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. That's cool that he got to play him at least for the trailer. That's a fun little piece of info. Gotta love that he still has the chain on. That is something that they've kept from part 6 that they've moved on over. Does he has it on in Jason Goes to Hell, right? Doesn't he? Or not? Let me see. Jason Goes to Hell. Does he have the chain? Let's see. No. No chain. I hate his outfit in Jason Goes to Hell. I hate it. The nanobots just look like a river of shit flowing towards Jason's soon or would-be corpse. Gotta set the charges, all right. Okay, guys, we are in the home stretch. We've got like 18 minutes here. Maybe less, maybe about 15 minutes without credits. What do you guys think of the music in this movie? I've never really paid attention to it too much. I think it's all right. It still sounds a very like synthesizer heavy to me. And it's like if you're going to do fake strings, here we go. We got Uber Jason looking bulky and looking weird. Yeah, the music seems a little shy to me. That's how I would describe it. It seems like it's sort of held back a little bit. It's like temp music. I know it's silly. They should have just dragged his body out of that room. Here we go. We got Lord Zed Jason. He's like, I'm fucking indestructible. And I have red eyes. Yeah. Oh, punch the head right off. Julius part 2. He didn't even touch that guy. I saw that. He didn't even get close. Mm-mm. He's going to have to sacrifice himself now. That's a great, I like that line delivery there. I like that. Shredded with a metal six pack. He is, yeah. Six pack all on the one side. Damn. All right. We've separated the ship. Oh, I mean, I'm sure of it. Yeah. You know, all the stuff they do in space with like you can feel the ship's like weight and everything like that. You know, the space stuff is fine. But yeah, I'm sure there's inspiration from Alien. And here we go. We got KM just in a headlock, or the actress, Lisa Ryder, I think, if I remember correctly. It's a great way to get around the effect. I love it. Wait, that wasn't 45 minutes. You lied to us. Yeah. Get the hell out of there. No. No. This sucks on so many levels. It's such a great line in this movie. It's that's one of the good moments here. Getting sucked through the hole. Or I think there's a grate that's up there when she gets sucked through. It's even worse. Oh, she just pulls the grate. Okay. Somebody help her. Okay, the grate's there. All right. Oh my God. They are just dragging it out. Come on, girl. You can make it. Come on. Just reach out. Just reach out. I mean, she's got a ring on every finger. Oh, that's excessive. And just sucked through a tiny little hole in the hole. A hole in the hole. There you go. At least KM knows to quit when she's ahead. Great dad joke. Love it. Reach out and touch me. Yeah, I wonder if these sets were ever repurposed for like a TV show or something. I mean, it has such a classic space, you know, but it does have that TV show kind of look. I'm sure they took inspiration. I mean, yeah, the one guy that the professor speaks with, he looks like he's straight up in the alien sleeping pod. Yes, absolutely. Come on, guys, let's get the hell out of here. Just leave Jason out there in space. You can do it. You can do it. It's metal. What does that mean? All right. I closed out the poll. I finally did it, guys. Is Jason X the worst movie in the Friday the 13th franchise? 49% of 45 people said, what? This one is a total blast. 27% of you said, absolutely, this thing is weird. And 24% of you said, no, Jason Goes to Hell is the worst. All right. Thank you guys so much, everyone who voted. Hopefully you also hit the like button. And hopefully you're subscribed. If you weren't before, then think about clicking that. It's free. It's totally free and it's fun. It is pretty cool. It reminds me of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, the score is just so artificial and sterile sounding with the synthesizer. Ugh. Jason Goes to Hell has the same problem, but I think even worse, unfortunately. Just got KM's head hooked into the computer. Let's fucking go. Well, whoever it is, the ship's blowing up now. Dude, everyone needs to get over to that other ship and get the hell out of here. What are we doing? Yeah. Like, I'm going to bail because I don't want to blow up. Crazy. Yeah. I want to stand by too long. Yeah, it is pretty bad, unfortunately. And I think it's mostly like the production, like the keyboard he's using for his string sound is not it. What's happening, Antonis? Welcome on in, man. One of our great channel members. Thanks for hanging out. For sure. Well, and they did comics, right? So it's definitely got that look. It's such an out there idea, I think Jason Goes to Hell, same thing. It's a very out there idea. Freddy versus Jason is probably the most like reasonable idea out of those three, the really episodic entries that we got. And then, I'll give this movie credit for playing with Jason's psychology for this one little moment. It's something that's like, I don't know, was used a lot more often early on in the franchise. But we get a little peppering of that here. Yeah. I think he saw me. Yeah. Yeah, you don't put the door right where you're at in the holodeck. Come on. Yeah. It's his little home sweet home cabin. Yeah, Freddy versus Jason is fun. We'll have to celebrate that at some point. We love premarital sex. It's great. They're just waiting for Jason. Look at these gals. They just love him. They just love the old galoot. Okay, now they're just laughing maniacally. This is weird. This is getting weird, guys. So a little variant on the sleeping bag kill there. That giant moon back there, it's great. Reminds me of the Evil Dead. Yeah, that's true. They worked in the psychology with the mom. Yeah, in the remake. Yeah, we get a few different sleeping bag kills. It's kind of awesome. It's definitely a Jason Voorhees motif. I like Tina just fine. I don't think the movie really fully real like the movie could have done a way better job with the story and everything from the New Blood. And yeah, I mean the effects could have been, if the effects weren't neutered, the gore effects would have been a lot better. But I like Tina quite a bit. I mean, especially when I was a kid, Nanette. I loved the New Blood when I was a little Davey. All right, we got KM's head. Let's friggin' go. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, you just got punked, Jason. You just got punked by Brodsky, who's looking tough as balls right there. Yeah, he's like, we're out of here, bro. Like, everyone else is dead. The idea that Brodsky and Jason get like just that they don't get engulfed by this explosion and only pushed away, I have a tough time believing. Because wouldn't an explosion create like a little vacuum before? Wouldn't you sort of get sucked in and then out? Oh, and then how does Brodsky come in from the side like that? Anywho, it doesn't have to make sense. It's Jason X. I get it, guys. I get it. I'm trying to apply real world logic to Jason X. Yeah. I mean, I still watch it. I do. I think I watched it this last spooky season. Oh, just riding Jason like a comet to crash to Earth 2. And how does he just not completely disintegrate though? Like he would completely disintegrate. They both would. They both would. Gotcha. Oh yeah, there's got to be thrusters because he was out there doing like the repairs. Yeah. So there we go. It landed in the lake, and they're gonna go investigate. There we go. A whole new beginning, right? Pretty much. Instead of a new beginning, it would be a whole new beginning. Jason 11. But we didn't really get it that way now, did we? All right, there we go, guys. That was Jason X. How about that? Let me get that gone there. All right. So there we are, guys. The Friday the 13th weekend or celebration weekend is still rolling. I'm not sure what you guys are up to this evening, but I'm going to be rolling out here in just over an hour to go across town and take part in that horror show channel live podcast. Should be pretty cool. So I'll let you guys know where you can see that and everything like that. I sure do appreciate you all hanging out with me here. I closed out the poll. Yes, I closed out the poll. Perfect. You guys are awesome. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to take tomorrow off from streaming so I can work on some editing and jump into some, chats or, the live audience for some friends of mine and everything like that. So if you guys are out and about, if you're going to watch Evil Dead 2013 over on Chills and Thrills tomorrow, I will be jumping in and hanging out for a bit over there. So just kicking it in the chat with y'all. So yeah, this was was it a lot of fun? I had fun with it because you guys were here. How about that? Your guys' presence made Jason X bearable. It did fly by, and now I'm looking at the time and I'm like, all right, it's time to eat something, get ready, and hit the friggin' road. So I am gonna jump out here really quick, guys. Thank you so much to everybody for hanging out. I will be back sometime this weekend, or this week. You can count on seeing me at the very least by Wednesday for Late Night with the Davey. Hopefully before then as well. Make sure you're subscribed, have the notification bell hit, and then that way you won't miss anything. Because sometimes I create a stream mere hours before going live. It can be wild like that. It can certainly be wild like that. But you guys are amazing. Shout out to the Patreon members and the YouTube channel members, and of course our group of Death Squad mods. Love the mods here. You guys are all my favorites. Those of you that come and hang out for the daytime streams, you guys are where it's at. So thank you so very much. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night. I will see you next time around, but until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.